Hey, and it's two cooks and a sous chef, and we're happy to be with you again here in South Bavaria, Kyoto to be precise. And Lois is going to tell you about what we're doing today.
Today, in this segment, we're going to feature some recipes taken from this recipe book called St. Louis Italians. And for those of you that haven't been to the Hill, we're going to take you there and prepare about 3 different items from this recipe book.
And we're really going out of territory because the Hill is essentially Southern Italian people, and they have a completely different style cooking than we were raised with. But hey, it's good, we eat there.
We talked about the fact that we're doing 3 recipes from this cookbook, St. Louis Italians. My oldest son bought this for me for Christmas, and it's a beautiful cookbook. It has the history of all of the Italians who came to St. Louis, not all of the Italians, but it has the history about those that have started restaurants in the St. Louis area. And we have taken several trips to the Hill. In fact, the 3 of us have gone, and we laughed because we came back with a trunk load of food instead of clothing and shoes. But for those of you that don't know where the Hill is, it's located off of Kings Highway in St. Louis, and there are a lot of great restaurants to go to and try out. And then we have fun going to some of the little small Italian markets. In this segment, we're going to do a soup, which is sort of like a broth with chicken and spinach. And then we're going to do Rich and Charlie's salad. And Rich and Charlie run a restaurant there in that area. And also we're going to do polenta fries, which we think will be real interesting.
Because we usually just start with water. Oh, you know what's not in here yet? It's the salt. At any rate, Lois and I had this big discussion. Lois says, that's what it says, that's what it says. This is starting with 3 cups of chicken broth and 3 cups of heavy cream. So, right away,
it's going to make a real rich polenta. And a lot of people use chicken broth.
Well, yeah, that
kind of gives it a little added flavor.
That's true, but it doesn't, oh, you know what, Lois? These fries are going to look like potatoes. I mean, this is like not even yellow by the time you get all that cream in it.
Right. So these are polenta fries with caramelized mozzarella and gorgonzola cream sauce. So it should be really very, very different. And I think it's a recipe submitted by the Trattoria Marcella. And it's a restaurant located on the Hill, and there's a little history about this restaurant in this book, and it talks about these 2 young men who just decide that they're going to start this restaurant.
Trattoria Marcella, is that true?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that used to be one of my favorites. Let me see.
This is.
Oh yeah, you know when they started, those are brothers, right?
Right, they're brothers.
When they're not Italian either.
The one is married to a Sicilian.
Yeah,
yeah, it's Slay is the family name, but they feature this recipe for these polenta fries, and we've served polenta. You can serve it many different ways, I think. So I thought this was an interesting thing that we might try today.
When they first started out, their place was really small, and it was a great place to eat. It's kind of lost its character now that it's gotten uptown, but it was great food.
It says the brothers have developed a rich menu that they term Piemonte or Piedmont to Palermo. So from the very north to the very south of Italy, they feature cuisine from all those parts. And one of their menu highlights is risotto.
Oh.
So that's very northern.
Well, yeah, and my favorite, I'm trying to think what it is. Oh gosh, it's a combination. It's what they put in the risotto. It's just one of my absolute favorites.
It said Steve's learned how to cook risotto, and he understands how that it requires time, care, and a knowledge of the mixture content, even in the moisture content in the air, to determine the creaminess, I guess, of it, and the amount of, he knows what amount of chicken stock to put in it to make it just perfect. So it might be a fun place to try.
Oh,
If you're in
it's very
St.
good
Louis.
food. You'll need a reservation. They're always busy.
Yeah, so that's one of the things that we're doing. So Jean is busy stirring the polenta.
Well, somewhere along the line, I let it lump. I don't know quite.
Have you got your whisk?
I don't think that's going to help anything. It's too heavy. I'm surprised it lumped at all, actually.
Starting the cornmeal out, soaking in a little bit of water, it helps.
Well, I did do that, and it was all fine and well. I guess I turned to talk to somebody, and then it went south. You can't turn your back on polenta, but you know, this cream stuff is what's... I'm using a potato masher.
We have to cook this, and then what we're going to do is we're going to pour it in a
Well,
pan.
okay, I think it's ready. Let's come and look at it. It says pull away. It's not cooking like the others where it clings. I mean, it's not touching the sides. It's pulling away. Don't
Is
you
it
think?
pulling away?
Looks like it to me. It's just
Yeah.
so smooth that it's...
Yeah.
But it has to be smooth with the cream in it.
Wow. And usually, you know, it'll cling to the sides of the
Right.
pan and have tendrils, but this is just... I think it's ready.
Yeah, we can try. We'll pour it in this.
It almost puts you in the mind of cream of wheat the way it's got so much
I thought
cream
we
in it.
should put anything wax paper or just the pan itself.
Did it say to oil grease the pan? Don't you think it should be greased?
Well, that's what I kind of thought, maybe just a little spray. This has to be chilled thoroughly and so that we'll be able to slice it.
It doesn't say to oil the pan, but we think we should. You want to grab one side and take a
Yeah.
Got it? Oh my gosh. Is that beautiful stuff or what? It doesn't even look like polenta. It really does look like cream of wheat. That's what it is. It's cream of cornmeal is what it is.
I guess if you can't get it cut into fries, you can cut squares and serve it with the
Have we done that already? We know how to fry polenta. The whole notion of this is when it chills, we're supposed to cut it to make it look like French fries and then deep fry it, and then it's deep fried polenta fries. But you can see that there is no way in the world that this is low-cal. I mean, it's got 8 zillion carbs in it already, and then we're going to deep fry it and serve it with the cream sauce. Oh well.
You can eat 3.
I guess, I don't know if that's even, but you know, potatoes aren't even either, so
Yeah,
whatever.
that's
Now,
fine.
the one thing I wonder though, and it doesn't say, is wouldn't you think you would want to put a saran wrap so it doesn't crust and dry,
Yeah.
right?
This soup is called brodo di pollo con spinaci, or chicken soup with spinach that we're making. It calls for 3 tablespoons of olive oil, and we're going to use that, of course, to cook our onion and our celery in to kind of get it going. And these days, since Poxitani Phil said that we were going to have an early spring, and I think he erred, soup is good now.
Who is this you're talking about?
The
The
groundhog.
groundhog Punxsutawney Phil, he said we were going to have early spring, but
He didn't see his shadow on February the 2nd, and I think they need to fire him.
in Missouri anyway. Maybe we need a Missouri.
The Missouri groundhog. Well, he
Right.
was out east. I think he's in Pennsylvania. I'm not
He
for
is.
sure.
He is in
But,
Pennsylvania.
We were supposed to have,
Laws?
yeah,
Okay, so we'll put it right here then.
yeah. You have your olive oil, and you'll get your chopped onions here.
Do you need garlic, or have you already gotten the garlic?
No, we need a clove of garlic.
That I keep, or garlic that I keep at home.
I'm mixing a little base in here. I don't know. We used half chicken broth and half
chicken base with water, but it makes chicken broth.
Essentially, yeah. Okay, we're getting ready to make Rich and Charlie's salad. It's 3 cups of iceberg lettuce, 1 cup romaine lettuce chopped, 1/2 cup artichoke hearts, 1/4 cup diced pimento, sliced red onions, some Parmesan cheese, and then we did not make our own salad dressing this time because we are doing a segment on the hill. We've decided to try Rich and Charlie's Italian salad dressing. So we're going to start cutting up the different kinds of lettuce, and we're going to use the salad spinner, which of course you can purchase at our store at JP's, but wherever you get a salad spinner, it's absolutely wonderful. I use it 3 times a week at least to make a big salad, and it just really does a good job cleaning your lettuce and getting it dry. Even after I use this and I spin it around and get the water out of it, I still like to take a paper towel or something and then dry off the lettuce so that salad dressing, whatever you use, whatever kind you use, really absorbs into the lettuce. So we're going to get started doing that.
Okay, first we've got to wash the lettuce.
We're going to wash, like I said, first we're going to wash the iceberg lettuce. You just put it in your little salad spinner.
I wash mine before
I don't wash mine before. I put it in here in the bowl, and I just simply take the little basket out and run it under the water. That's too much.
Yeah.
And okay, the water's boiling here for the soup, which is in this segment, so I think we're okay. So I'm going to put the chicken. I'm going to drop the chicken in. Let that chicken cook for a little while. Turn this down to a simmer. I think we'll cover it and let it cook. I like to chop up my lettuce very fine because I think when it's in, well, not fine, but in more bite-sized pieces, because I just think it's easier to eat that way. It also makes a prettier salad. I have spun water out of this one. It's down there.
This salad calls for iceberg lettuce and romaine, which
It's a great combination.
yeah.
If I'm making just a regular old salad, naturally with the 3 of us, we all have our own way of making salads. This one only calls for the 2 kinds. I like to use 2 or 3 kinds of lettuce, a red leaf, a romaine, and the iceberg. I think it adds 3 different textures to your salad.
But we're making Rich and Charlie's.
And we're making Rich and Charlie's today, so we're only using 2. The red onion's going to add the color. You know, we have to have color.
Absolutely.
That's part of it.
Well, I like to think of Aunt Brenda when I'm making this salad because her favorite salad was just merely iceberg lettuce, red onion,
And
an egg.
And is that pretty? Simple is good.
Yeah.
Simple is good.
She didn't like a lot of stuff in her salad. Of course, we're using artichoke hearts too.
So these artichoke hearts need to be
drained.
And you can drain them in this if you want, but I'm not going to say it, but I'm trying to think whether or not we want them sitting in it. I probably wouldn't add them till the end. What we're going to do too is we're doing this a little bit ahead of when we're going to eat, and we're going to put this bowl in the refrigerator, and when you do that to the lettuce after you've worked with it, it crisps up really nice. You should always try to do your lettuce ahead of time and then before you do your dressing. Get it all cut out, get it all washed, and then just put it in the refrigerator, and it'll crisp up, it'll be just really crunchy.
Really cold.
Crunches it. Some people don't work with their romaine this way. I always take it off the stalk. I don't like the stalk. Marilyn left herself likes the stalk. She would leave it on if it were her.
I don't like the stalk either.
2 to 1. This is democracy.
Of course they don't like the stalk. If I like the stalk, of course they don't.
It's one of them bohemian things.
this salad doesn't call for it, but I like to put kale in my salads, and if I were making this for myself, I probably would put some in it.
If you were making it for yourself, you'd put all that sweet stuff in. She puts craisins.
Sliced walnuts,
Ugh.
and tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, carrot, red onion, which we have red onion in this. It's a meal in itself.
Well, Patty throws strawberries in hers. And,
I like strawberries.
You know,
I think
sweet salads have gotten to be all the rage. Sweet dressings that like those sweet vinaigrettes. And I think they're very popular. I think that I'm in the minority. I think most people like a sweet dressing. I really don't. That's not even, you gotta spin it harder.
I haven't even skinned it.
Oh, well, that'll make a difference.
Plus, I say,
This is good for your frustration.
boy, I had a bad day today. You could make it any way you wanted to make it, but once again, we're making Rich and Charlie's today. So that's why
This will be very good.
Okay, what do you got here, ladies?
You have to know.
We're now working on the sauce for the polenta fries.
Mm-hmm.
And do you want me to go ahead and mix the two over here and then
Yes.
these go in it? Did you
Yes.
say there's butter that goes in it?
Yes.
3 tablespoons.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
And-
huh?
And Jean's going to cringe because there is also 1 teaspoon of sugar.
1 teaspoon of sugar, okay. This right here, you just mix the Marcella into the cream. I don't know if that's too high or too low. What's it supposed to be on?
Just turn it down to medium.
It's on 2. Okay, and I need 3 tablespoons
Of butter.
of butter. 1, 2, 3. Let's say that's 3 right there. 3 tablespoons of butter, and you're saying we need sugar? More or less. There you go. Rosemary, garlic, and gorgonzola. Okay, get back out.
It's a 1/2 cup of gorgonzola cheese. Some rosemary and a couple cloves of garlic. Now instead of serving it with that sauce, we could also serve it with the marinara sauce, the polenta fries, but we thought that would be an interesting sauce. We were talking about how sometimes when you have leftover polenta, you fry it with cheese and stuff in between. Well, this is a little bit different. We're going to fry it in deep fat, deep oil. And
I assume when they're brown, they're done.
they're going to brown.
Are they holding together?
Yep.
Melissa and I had this discussion because I just thought it sounded like a cardiac nightmare, everything that's in these polenta fries. I mean, there truly is. I mean, what do we got in them? Between the sauce and everything else, you must have your entire cholesterol intake for like next week. So, at any rate, I thought, but do you suppose we need all that cheese and that cream to hold it together? She said, yeah, I think that's what it is. Because I don't think, if you'll notice the way these are handling, you can just do anything with them. I think we could. So I think that's that cream and cheese. So we're essentially having fried cheese sticks with a little bit of polenta in them, I think.
Well, not really, because they don't put a whole lot of cream in it.
Are they sticking?
No.
Marilyn? Yes. I don't know if you can miss this. There's a hot polenta fry out. You better
You better stir this. I am the official taster. Look at that.
That's why she wanted to
And?
cook this.
Is it good? Really? Even without this,
Much better than French fries.
even without this $50
Oh, yeah,
million
you can have a
calorie
taste.
dip over here?
Here, have a taste.
Oh, you think you're better than the taste.
It's really good. You
I
want to
said
buy
it's
it?
good. I just said it was good.
Salt.
All right, now we're gonna add the mushrooms into the sauce. And I don't know what it says about that. Cook forever, cook a little bit, take 10 minutes. Oh. Oh, we weren't supposed to add the butter.
That's all right. It's already in there. It's too late.
Not enough salt. All right, the soup that we started, you know, with the broth and we did the carrots and all of that and the chicken cubes, it's been cooking and now we're getting ready to serve it. And this is supposed to be added just a little bit before you serve it because you don't want it to actually just go to pulp in there. So I've chopped up, it says a small handful of spinach, that's probably not small, and it said 2 tablespoons of parsley, and that's probably more than that. But I've chopped it up, and now we're going to go put it in the broth. And I think it says it's just supposed to cook for a few minutes or something, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So we're just going to put it in there, and it'll cook I imagine all you're doing is really sort of warming it up, right? Giving it a little flavor. Okay, so we're through today, and it's been fun. We have, as far as we know, made everything correctly, and we're very anxious to taste it, but the real critics have arrived here. So our friends and guests, let us introduce them to you today. Please, Patty, can you get through there? I'll tell you what, this kitchen made film big, but it ain't that big. Okay, this is Patty Cheever, Janice. You all don't have to come. They want their own billing. Okay. And this is Janice Teeter. And my sister Janet, who said in all the years we've been doing this, she's never got
How
to
many
be a
years?
guest.
How many years?
I don't know. Martina says 4 maybe, or 5. I don't know. And let's see. And well, Louie's behind the camera, Martina's behind the camera, but they always get to eat because they work as hard as we do. So I'm trying to see here. I'm not going to get this right. Marilyn's a year younger.
Yes.
Then these two are in this. These
Classmates.
two
Classmates.
This is the infamous class of 1965,
That's right.
which was Bevere's baby boomer class. It is
That's
still the
right.
very
Yes.
largest class that ever went through Bevere ever. Marilyn missed it by a year. She
But
was in
we all
66.
ran around
Don't
together.
tell them when
I don't know. Lois and I are old. We're very old.
Oh, yeah, right.
And Janet's the baby. I don't know.
for
Whatever.
once in a group, I am.
80. Class of 80?
Yeah, from college.
Oh.
76 from Bevere High.
Well, whatever. 73 and
She's not telling.
I'm not,
60.
no, 61.
61. All right. Well, whatever. Yes, we're all Bevere grads
Yes.
today. That's
Except Martina, but well, she went to school at
She
Bevere
went to
first. I was
kindergarten.
going there.
Yes, she was on Miss Weir.
And Louie graduated last year.
That's right. So it's a home crowd today.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, thanks for watching us. We do appreciate all of you, and keep stopping us in the grocery store aisle and saying hi because we just love it. We really do.
And what is it you always
Oh,
said?
I say tutti Italia mangiare. Come to the table and eat.
Wish you could. See ya. Bye bye.
Bye.